Alright guys, that is an arcane bellows. You make that with enchanted wood, enchanted wood, enchanted wood, enchanted wood, leather, the yellow crystal, and iron. I realized that in the last episode I was rambling very hard about all of this nuclear stuff without really saying anything. Now, the main purpose of last video that I showed was to just show you how to make the nuclear reactor. And how to make the reactor chamber. I think I've screwed the pooch on. No, yeah, it was, I also that. This video we're going to take a much more, hopefully, coherent look at the whole nuclear reactor business. Now up here, I've set up a little bit of a mini Thaumcraft area. And the main reason I'm doing this is because I found out that you can use the Thaumatic duplicator to make uranium ore. And that is very fucking useful. Because now I have an access to an unlimited supply of uranium ore. As long as I don't go too crazy and taint everything. Which is something that a couple of you, I think actually only one of you suggested it, but at the end of the series I am going to taint the crap out of the world and see if it is in this version at all. And the arcane bellows help to make it smelt faster and be more pure viz and less taint viz per smelting. And then the totem of dawns are to help keep taint at bay. So in here we have a bunch of uranium cells, a bunch of coolant cells, our nuclear reactor, and 6 reactor chambers, which if you paid any attention at all yesterday, and I was barely there, so I wouldn't, don't be surprised if you didn't hear this. You need 6 reactor chambers because that enhances the size of the inventory as well as how much cooling the reactor itself does. Now this area over here, this is new, and I made this to do 2 things. One, starting from this area here, this is a way for me to make coolant cells on the fly. So you have one condenser array. I'm gonna call these condensers. These are energy condensers in the middle, so I'm gonna call them a condenser array, making buckets. The other condenser array making tin. The tin goes into this automatic crafting table, which makes it into empty cells, which then pump into the chest here, and then the water comes into here, which makes this into water cells. Now the only issue I found is that this one, when you use it to make a water cell, the bucket will actually return back to this inventory, which is why you can't directly pump water buckets into it, because there's no inventory for the empty bucket to return to. It doesn't work. So what I have here is another wooden piston that will just draw out anything that's in this inventory chest, and 9 times out of 10 it's going to be the empty buckets. Sometimes it draws out at a full bucket, but that's okay. The lava down there is to get rid of excess. Anyways, all that pumps into the extractor, which will pump in the water cells into the extractor, and then the extractor pumps out the cells. And if you wonder where I'm getting the power that comes from this array, I set this up to have a bat box so that I saw the power was having some issues. So that over there, that condenser array, condenser array, is pumping out rubber, which is powering the generator, which is also powering these extractors. And these extractors are making rubber. That's the main issue, that's the main need in this map. Again, this lava is here to get rid of the excess, because when one of the extractors is full, it just kind of plops at the end, and I got tired. And that was just ruining my FPS. All those entities were just messing up my day. Also, I have this currently off. I've added a switch, a lever to all of the redstones powering the redstone engine, so that I can turn it off in case I ever need to. Alright, enough of that. Let's talk reactor. Okay, let's talk cooling. Now, let's go over this whole theory again. The reactor itself, the uranium cells generate heat when they make energy. It's a pulse. So every pulse that they make is going to generate heat and energy. And I believe it's basically 1 pulse per tick. Something like that, I'm not too sure. That's not important. What is important is how do we manage the heat. There are a couple of ways. The reactor itself has 1 heat per tick that it can cool. Every reactor chamber added, maximum of 6, will add an additional 2 heat per chamber. So 2 times 6 is 12, plus 1 from the actual reactor itself. We're up to 12. We're up to 13 cool down 13 negative heat that it can, 13 heat that it can cool down. which means that if you have a reactor chamber completely surrounded by, if you have a nuclear reactor surrounded by reactor chambers, you can have one uranium cell in there without anything else, and it won't explode, ever. Water blocks within the 3x3 area also give 1 heat per block of water to cool the reactor with. So 3 times 3 is 9, times 3 is 27, so 27 blocks. You can have a total of, well actually I guess 20 blocks, I think, yeah. 27, really 26 is you need a block for, you need a space for a cable to come out, and then take that 26 and minus the original 6 reactor chambers, and you're down to 20. So you have an extra 20 possible heat reduction from the water. Now, why are you saying, well, why would you choose the water over the reactor? Why would you choose reactor chambers over the water for cooling? Because reactor chambers cool more than the water. So, in total, if you have your nuclear reactor submerged in water and have 6 reactor chambers attached to it, you have an external cooling, just, the cooling of the reactor itself. And now it says external because it's all of the cooling that isn't done inside the reactor. It's just the reactor and the outside stuff. All of that together goes 33. That is equivalent to 3 uranium cells set apart from each other, or 2 uranium cells possibly next to each other. However, that will overheat. Because why? Well, a uranium cell, if there is no component around it, if there's no cooling component around it, will generate 10 heat, and that goes directly to the hull. If there's one cooling component around it, it will generate 10 heat, and that goes to the cooling component. If there are 2, it will generate 2 heat. If there are 2 components, it will generate 8 heat, 4 going into both components. So 4 for one, 4 for the other. If there are 3, it generates 6, 2 for each. And if there are 4, it generates 4 heat, 1 for each. Which is why if you have a reactor out in open air, if you put a uranium cell in the middle, if you put a, let's go put a reactor, let's cook barrier reactor under water. It's probably the best idea for this. If you put a uranium cell in the middle, followed by a coolant cell above, below, left, and right of it, it will be a reactor that will never explode, because you have the coolant cell giving off, you have the uranium cell giving off 4 heat, 1 to each of those coolant cells, and the coolant cells themselves can remove 1 heat per tick also, and so they'll cool themselves down with nothing bad happening. So let's grab a couple of these cells, because we're going to need a couple for whatever we're going to do. I'm not sure what kind of setup we're going to get into doing yet, but we're definitely going to need a couple of them. And I believe it is the Abyss helmet that lets me breathe underwater. So I'll grab this as well. Alright, that should do it. Okay, let's go set up our reactor. So why do 2 uranium cells together equal more than the 33 cooling that the reactor would give? Well, here's the tricky bit. A uranium cell pulses once, and each pulse is 10 heat and however many energy. However, it also pulses an additional time for any other uranium cell directly next to it. That means up, down, left, or right. So it'll pulse 10. So one uranium cell, if there are 2 together, you have one that'll pulse 10, and then it also pulse an additional 10 for the one next to it. Ditto for the other one. So you have the 2 uranium cells generating 20 heat each. That's 40 heat, which is 70 heat more than what your reactor is dealing with. And so that reactor will eventually explode. Now there is an interesting little reactor planner that I found, which I'll probably end up linking into the description below, and it tells me pretty much that generation time for just a reactor chamber with 6 chambers and water surrounding it, you can run it for 32 minutes without exploding, and it'll take 6 minutes to cool down, and it will output a total of 8 million EU. And that sounds a lot, because it is. Each uranium cell will output has fuel for a total of 2 million EU. and it doubles when there's another one next to it. So 2 million, 2 million is 4, and each one puts out 4, that's 8 million. So at the end of the life cycle of the uranium cells, it'll output 2. However, before, if in this case of the reactor that has 2 uranium cells next to it, and it's in water, and it has a 6 reactor chambers around it, it'll only end up putting out 1,555,000 EU before it explodes. That is, if you just let it go. Which can be a problem, because, well, you don't want that. Now, there are some reactors out there in the world that are designed around stopping them. If you put a bit of redstone power to the reactor, it'll stop. And so you'll see some people make crazy-ass reactors with a bunch of uranium cells that will explode in literally minutes, and they rather have it just outputs an insane amount of energy, like millions and millions and millions and millions of just 4 uranium cells in a square will eventually output 24 million EU. Now it will actually explode in 2 minutes, but that's crazy. And if you do a 3x3 grid of uranium cells, 66 million EU. However, 47 seconds before it explodes, with a 7-minute cooldown time. So for some people, that's what they want, because for some people they want a quick EU, because it pumps out 330 EU per tick, whereas a stable reactor will just pump out 10. So some people live on the edge like that, and that's cool for them, not so much for me. All right, let's go ahead and set up this reactor, and I can stop talking and start showing you a little bit more what's happening. A lot of this is going to be repeat from last video, but at least I'm more coherent about it this time, which I think is probably better. Alright, so I'm going to put it in the middle of this, because I'm assuming this should be, a 3x3 area, 3x3, yeah. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll pop it there, a couple higher. Okay, I want to make sure that's 3x3. I think that is, yeah, that'll work. Okay, so we'll knock these down. I'm just gonna. Flowing water also counts, so it doesn't have to be source blocks. It can be flowing water, so don't freak out too much about that. All right, so nuclear reactor. I'm going to pop it there, and there she is. And now we will surround it with the reactor chambers. 2, 3. And you can click on the reactor chambers themselves to access the nuclear reactor, so you don't need to leave a space open for the reactor themselves, which is nice. I am pretty sure that you can output energy from any one of these nuclear reactors, so that's also good. Okay. I'm going to take a nap because it is nighttime and it gets hard to see. Alright, it'll be daytime soon, and also I always mess with the mass fabricator quite a bit. While that's going, I've been getting uranium ore, which is nice. We're going to go ahead and take this, and I'll need a place to hold. Wait, I'm going to borrow this for a second. Thank you. I will need a place to hold all of that scrap while I'm gone. Should make a chest. There's usually enough wood somewhere to make a chest. There you go. Make a chest so I can pump in the scrap while this mass fabricator is going away for a little bit. So. And this scrap will be good. Alright. There's that. Put that. Alright. And come up to this pipe here. That is the pipe. Yep. And yep. Alright. That should do it. Assuming they're at, we'll see if it works. Scrap. Alright. So, let's start with probably the simplest and safest reactor that people can come up with. There's a lot of reactors. We're not going to go too crazy with it because I'm not that good at keeping tabs on things that are important. So, the safest reactor that you can have is one, so you have cooling cell, and uranium cell. And then again, you have cooling cell, uranium cell. I'm going to need a lot more cooling cells. Now, why do you want the double up on the cooling cells here? Well, it's because we know that this contains the reactor perfectly. So we know that that will just make good with the reactor, which is what we want. I wonder if I put the mass spark together, we'll get energy? Okay, it seems to get energy, I think. Yeah, it sounds like it's... I can hear it going. Alright, cool. Right? It's very low energy, but it's getting the energy. Okay. So, cool. We know that this makes zero heat into the reactor bulk. Because all of the heat is going into the reactor. All of the heat is going into the cooling cells. They will eventually run out, though. But even if they do run out, the hull itself can handle it. Can. C-A-N. Can. Let's go. Yeah. It's very low energy right now, but it'll get bigger. Trust me. It just might take a little bit. Alright. I'm going to go grab a bunch more cooling cells, because I really need more cooling cells than uranium cells, to be honest with you. And if you're wondering why I'm stopping, I'm thinking of things. There are a couple more components to this whole business, too, that you might not know about, which is if you remember the integrated cooling, not the plating, but the blue one. That thing, that was involved too, and that's in here too. Those also play a pretty big part in this whole thing. Okay. So let me show you the most, the safe, so you can imagine the safest one is just going to be one that has all of those, as many of those as it can, together. It's pretty safe, and that's very nice. Percent, 2%. Alright, there we go. So, another one of these. And this one. And, well, you get the idea. Now, this also works well because we'll know whether something's happening or not, because if it gets higher than 50% of the heat that the thing can handle, will actually start evaporating some of the water around. So that's interesting. Okay, and so you can see that that's going a little bit quicker now, which is nice. I really need to empty out my inventory. I'm going to be doing this. I'm going to get more cooking cells. I can just get them from over here. I don't have to go to, yeah. I can grab a couple from just here. It's good. Go ahead. I'm gonna put away most of my stuff, except this, which I need that, and this also can go away. All right, uranium, a couple cooling cells, and let's go get a couple more uranium cells. Although we'll probably have enough, but let's grab a few more. Yeah, that works. And shortcut. There we go. Okay. And we'll see how this very safe reactor kind of functions. See how it does with energy-wise. See how it goes. Now, finish up this little design. Very easy design, very simple to understand. Each one of these is spreading 4 heat, one into each of the coolant cells, and therefore the coolant cells are managing all that heat, and they're doing a banging job. That's very simple and okay design. 13, 14. It's there. It's slow, but it's working. It's doing what it's supposed to do. Now we can cover a couple more items that affect cooling. There is integrated reactor plating. Now, plating will distribute heat from adjacent uranium cells into surrounding components. So if you have plate here, I can distribute it to plates around here. Plating increases the reactor's whole strength by 100 points. It can store up to 10,000 heat itself, but it cools down at a tick of 0.1 heat per reactor tick. Now, integrated heat dispersers are interesting. Integrated heat dispersers can exchange up to 25 heat with the reactor core and up to 6 heat with each of the surrounding components. So if you put an integrated heat disperser here, surrounded with coolants, it will trade heat into those coolants. And if you have something like this contained, using the integrated heat disperser is the only way to disperse heat into the hull of the reactor, which is how you would disperse heat from, say, these coolant cells. Then you can use water and ice blocks to lower the heat as well. Okay, so we have this going. This is nice. Everything's good. Let's see how quick it is with a little bit of scrap in it. That should be putting out. I'm gonna do a little bit of a. Do a little grid here, and I'll let you know how much I have the program where I can do the grid open. So I'm going to go ahead and recreate what we just made in this, and it should tell me how much we will output eventually with the uranium cells. So this is going at 60 EU per tick, and will eventually output 12 million EU. So there you go. And it will run. Cooldown time has 2 seconds, which is weird. Generation time. It will go full cycles, and the maximum number of cycles it can go is infinite, because it will never ever overheat, which is what that means. 1 cycle is the amount of time it takes for the uranium cells to deplete. Alright, let's go on. Do I have any scrap in here? I do. Let's take the scrap back over there. Now, I don't want to use the integrated heat dispersers, the blue things, because they're really annoying to make. And I don't want to make them during this video, because I'm already cutting time as it is. So I'd rather try to come up with a different design that doesn't use them. Let's pop to the mass fabricator or scrap. Okay, it's slower than the other one, for sure. No one's doubting that. Okay, so basic setup. Here's a reactor. It will never explode. It will just consume these things, and that's fine and dandy. I'm going to go ahead and cut the video and come back with a different design for you guys. Alright, here is another type of reactor. Now, when listing reactors, they actually have a bunch of different ways to list them. So, it's kind of out there how they come up with these names too. Give me a second to try and find the wiki. Right, there we go. Okie dokie, smoky, hokey pokey. So, we have Mark I reactor generates no excess heat. Mark II designs produce a small amount of excess heat, and we need to be given a cooldown period eventually to prevent the hull reaching 85% maximum heat or melting of components. Mark III reactors tend to have an emphasis on efficiency at the cost of safety. Mark IIIs are unable to complete a full cycle without going into meltdown, and thus need to be shut down mid-cycle in order to deal with a high amount of excess. You can do it manually or using redstone. Now, this is what people would call a Mark III. Now, this particular one has a generation time of 55 minutes and 33 seconds. That means 55 minutes before a cooling cell or uranium cell gives up, and it's going to be the cooling cells to give up. You can run a total time of, I believe, 11 hours. Now, this will output eventually a total of 32 million EU per cycle. I'm not sure what they quantify as cycle, but it outputs 10,665,000 EU before that 55-minute time, and it outputs at 160 EU per tick. So this should be already noticeably quicker than before. Okay, and it is. It seems to be a little bit quicker. Now, this is about as far as I can go with this without going too crazy, because I'm always... Whoa. I'm always worried about... I'm not good with reactors. I worry about them overheating a lot, and it's a big worry for me. It's also a relevant worry. It's not just crazy ass worry, you know. Take a nap. You take a nap and see how it goes in the day. And while I'm napping, I'm hoping that the world won't explode. Alright, hopefully there isn't a big fucking craters. And we'll know. We'll definitely know. Well, it seems to be okay. Seems to have no water going too crazy. There's no water evaporating yet, so that's nice. It's a 5x5 area the water will evaporate in too, so. Alright, it does take a while, and we have 2 mass fabricators in one night's go, which is actually pretty awesome. Alright, I like the speed of this. Do I want to push it? Do I want to push the design a little bit? Because I'd rather not, to be honest with you, because I know what this can. This generates apparently that design generates 96 heat and excess heating of 39. Now, what I could do is I could extend a couple of these to have 3 uranium cells next to each other. If I do that for one, it'll have about twice the heat, but will generate twice, 190, 200. I want to address that. 144 heat and extra. See, the one I'm thinking about can run for 15 minutes before something terrible happens. Allegedly. Whereas the other one can only run for 11 hours total. I think it's because there's less uranium cells? I'm not sure. Do I want to make that choice? I don't really like moving stuff while the thing's active either, and that can be a problem, so it's not good. Not a good idea. Okay. And there's very little to tell you how much is going wrong very quickly too, so that can be a problem. Alright, I'm thinking that maybe we go a little crazy. No, because... Alright, I'm going to turn this off. Otherwise it's just going to be me going for a little bit. Okay, I was reading it, got a better idea of it. Generation time means how long it runs before something happens. So that means uranium cells, that means coolant cells, or heat pumps happen. And output EU is how much output will be made, about how much energy will be output in that time. So a current generator in 55 minutes and 33 seconds will then encounter a problem. Seems to be that the coolant cells will have run out. After which, it has outputted 10,665,600 EU. Mass fabricator takes 1 million EU to make matter, so that is after an hour, 10 matter. That's rough, but next to Insomnia mod, not terrible. I'm gonna go back to think. Alright, I think I have a design where I can be happy with it. I just need a couple more uranium cells and a couple more coolant cells. I will need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more coolant cells. 6 coolant cells in total for this. So I have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I need 2 more uranium cells. Those are going next to each other. And they're going in the middle. And I will tell you the statistics of this nuclear reactor once I'm done with this. I'm basing all of this on the fact that I think I have the water right. I think I have enough water around it so that it's not a problem. Considering that there's one missing for the cable, which is, in this case, isn't really cable, it's more just the mass fabricator. Okay, so that's down here. So our design's going to go something like this. Have that there, that there, that there, that there, that there, that there, there, and there. Okay. With this, we're now... Alright, so our last one was 55 minutes, about 10 million EU. This one is 55 minutes, will give us 13 million EU, which is 3 more matter, which is good. That's also about 200 EU per tick, which is good. That's about as far as I want to push this. Really, it's not something I want to keep adding on to. I could make 4 million EU, because I could add another uranium cell here and uranium cell up here. And what I would have if I do that would be a very hot reactor, which would give us 4 million EU in 15 minutes. So 15, 15, 30, 30, so about 4 times 4, 4 times 8, 16 million EU in an hour. But after 15 minutes, the coolant cells will start to crap out. And that's not cool. Also, it will run, I believe, less time than eventually it will just explode. So there's that. But this one is going to be heavy on the cooling cells, so I have to monitor that diligently. But I think this is going to be our reactor design for now. And it seems to be good. It seems to be quicker than what was happening over on the other side. And so all I think is left to do on this side is to make a little scrap OLA generator for it. Now I wonder if I can pump it all the way. Do you think that the pipe would reach all the way over there, or is that chunk unloaded? Isn't it like a chunk? Like 100 by 100? How big is a chunk? Let me check. Don't know how long I haven't been talking for. 1 sec. Okay. So I think we're gonna move this over. So I'm gonna take this with me. I'm sure I'm gonna take that with me. Take the cycle with me. I'm going to take the generator with me, just in case I need one. And I'm going to break all of that down. And before we do that, I'm going to go ahead and make sure this is on. There we go. And we're going to move this operation over to where the reactor is and where, by default, the awesome stuff is. Yes, that's going to fill up my inventory. I'm aware. And this will be the last thing I do in the video. Before I remove the energy condenser, I want to remove everything else, because I know once I do that, my inventory is going to be filled up with a bunch of crap. Definitely move all of this here. We need these pipes. Sounds good. I'm probably being very destructive too, more than I probably should be. But that's okay. Yeah, that's okay. Do I have any glass cables? Because I'm gonna need a couple of glass cables for the wiring. So this wasn't very hard to set up anyways, so it's not like I'm completely, I set it up to begin with, so I know exactly what I'm doing when I'm tearing it down. No worries, boo-boos. No worries. Alright, there's that. And we're going to go ahead and take this and take this as well. And we'll take these two. Okay. I have trees, I have everything I need. I'm going to need a little bit of glowstone, so let's go ahead and make some of the glowstone back from this stuff. It's going to be more than that, because you never get all of the glowstone back. Luckily I have some. Not a whole lot here. Make a quick side trip down here. Get a little bit more glowstone. And I want to do it in a way that does not interfere with the water that is cooling the place down. So I'm going to be very careful about that. Okay, now how close is the reactor? Is it 3x3? 3x3x3 area, right? Is that what I said to you guys? Yeah, 3x3 area. Okay. So we're gonna move that out from that way. We're also gonna pick up the mass fabricator. We're going to move it also. And I do have to keep on this because I am gonna have to manually put in uranium cells and coolant cells, but the coolant cells are gonna be coming much quicker out than the uranium cells themselves. You can see the coolant cells are already going, and that's gonna be pretty easy to get, pretty easy to deal with that way. There's water there. There's not. Okay. Now, this is outputting how much? This is outputting 200 EU per tick. And I believe the glass fiber cables can easily handle that, which is good. So, why did I need... Okay. So let's do this. Let's do this, because I don't need a whole lot to happen here. So. I think I need to be on the ground for this to work out well. How do I put a cable? How can I attach a cable to? Let me test a little theory out. Put a generator right in front of you. Will you power that generator? You're not. Okay. Put the generator on top. No? Nothing? Alright. But you will power the recycler. Let's go grab that MFSU. Because I know I can attach the cable to that. There it is. Yep. Thank you. And I'll go back. Alright, man the helms and dive, people. Get the MFSU. Which I have no idea what it stands for. Maybe it stands for motherfucking storage unit. Imagine. That's an acronym that can make up in my head. Alright. Pop that in there. Power! Good. Alright. 3x3 area. 3x3 area. So it shouldn't mess with the water too much, hopefully. It might though. But I hope it doesn't. I'm gonna bring this out. Out. Okay. And that has water. And so now that is further than 3x3 for sure. We'll put in the recycler on one end of the... Oh! Hello. Okay. Okay. So that was a little too much for the recycler. Good to know. Good to know. I'm pretty sure... Or was that the mass Oh! Wait. What? Wait, was that the mass fabricator? Don't tell me I did that with the mass fabricator. No. Hold on. Where'd I put the thing? That was the advanced fabricator. Shit. I'm gonna go make one. Damn it. What happened to my recycler? Did both of them fucking blow up? Seriously? Alright. What happened? I don't know. Did I not pick... No. Did I set down? What? I haven't set down... I set down the MFSU. That's getting power. I'm okay with that. No, not a problem with that. I have no qualms with that. I know I have the mass fabricator. I picked that up. Right? Am I blind? No, it's just my recycler and the fabricator are gone. Okay, I guess I... You know what I probably did? My mouse has a problem with clicking, so I probably clicked twice repeatedly, and it did that. And that's the machine block that's taking... Yeah, that's probably what happened. God damn it. Alright, I'm gonna make them real quick again. Shit. It's okay. Right, let's avoid having that happen again. That would be nice. Okay. I'm gonna look up the recycler. So that seems to be the main issue here. Recycler. What input can you take in? You can take in an input of 45 EU per tick. Wow, that is very little. That is a very little EU per tick. Huh. Alright, here's a question, right? I can't, I'm pretty sure I can't hook up. I'm pretty sure if I do this, it's just going to explode. Or not explode, but it won't work. Okay. Okay, that's okay. I think if I hook up the recycler to this, which is this... Nope. Okay. Stove the mass fabricator. Recycler's easy to make again. The cable was there. I put the cable in. Didn't care. I need to make a transformer. Specifically, I need to make a high voltage transformer. The voltage transformer is used to turn extreme voltage into current high voltage and back. So, no, hold on. Input 12. No. Not high voltage. Medium voltage? Yeah. Okay, we'll do... This will take... Okay, so, because right now it's outputting 200 EU per tick. This thing is... Well, no, right now it's actually outputting 512, because that's going into this thing. Okay, let's do this. Whew. When we get home, I'll make a recycler, and then we'll see where we're at. Okay, recycler's made. Let's make this high voltage transformer. How do I make that? Well, first I need a machine block. I believe, not iron, right? Yeah, machine block. Iron blocks and machine blocks look surprisingly similar, which can be a problem. Right, machine block, and I also need 2 double insulated gold copper cables. Luckily, I still have some of those. Alright, so we'll do this. Oop. No, okay. So then, is it normal? Okay. So what it probably is, it's probably not even that, it's probably copper cable. Again. And we're going to take some of this. This cable can carry anything, so it doesn't really matter. Okay. Yep. Medium voltage transformer. And then we're going to take one more, we're going to make one more transformer, low voltage. So this will take the 128. So hopefully, if my internet goes through. Come on, internet. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Oh, the wiki is not showing up. Interesting. We'll go with the tech wiki. Right. This will turn in input. Okay, and then we'll do this. So this one actually seems to be more resource intensive than the other one was, which is odd. But okay, we're gonna need some more. 4 wood, 3 copper, and okay. 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and there's that. Okay, let's go set that up. Ooh boy. I could probably just feed it manually myself too, but we're not cavemen here, right? So let's not do that. All right, how is this doing though? Are you okay? You're not. Are you crapping out yet? No, the cooling cells are starting to go, so I should probably activate that again. And you are. I have enough for 19 matter eventually. Okay. So here's how we're going to do this. We're going to put in first the MV transformer. Okay. Now the face with the 3 dots is the one that has... It's going to output... It takes the small one in. Alright. And there's that. Cable out. Yep. And then we're going to put in the low voltage transformer. And what kind of face does that look like? Where's the... It's completely black. You cannot tell. Oh, no. See if I can... Okay, that is the 3-sided, again. So, change direction. And Put another cable down there. Pick up the rest of the cables. And then you're down here. Yeah, there one. Okay. One more cable. And we'll put in the recycler. Hopefully you don't explode this time. Alright. Good. And we're going to go ahead and recycle some of that. Oh! But! Alright, no. That's okay. Okay. So we're going to take that, and in a perfect world, I would like nothing better to just have a small pump into the into the thing. So we're going to actually go above this, and over. Over and over and over. And we're going to put in the mass fabricator above it. Yeah, above it. So that when we pump the scrap into it, it can just pump once, and it's good. Alright. That's going pretty quickly. That's what I like to see. Alright, let's set up our pumping system here. Hopefully, it will pump only from one. But you know I gotta move it up one more. Because otherwise it's not gonna pump properly into one of them, it's gonna piss me off. So, up. Yeah, that'll do it. That'll do it. Actually, I don't need that to be there. Right. This is where the tedium part comes into place. So. Okay. I'm going to use the gold pipe here. Alright, and we're going to go ahead and place our pump there. Now, normally I like to be able to power both things at once. So, let's use some good old stone here to light things up so you can see what the hell we're doing. Put that there. Put that there. And that should... Oh, it did pump out a little bit of scrap. Oh, okay. There's a problem. You can see I'm glad I caught that. It's pumping out, but it's pumping out from the wrong end. Yeah. Okay. Alright, because I do have to pump from the side. Okay. So then, scratch that. We can move it. I know, I'm wasting energy. I'm aware of this. I need to be somewhere where there isn't water. Trick the game into thinking I'm somewhere where there isn't water. Okay. Float. This is where the video's gonna take a while, so it's just so you understand the kind of things I gotta do for everybody. Alright. Pump from the side, pump from the top, it shouldn't matter. Let's make sure it doesn't matter. Alright. That'll do that. And I guess, you know what, I guess. Oh, no. No, where's my... Nothing to see. Everything's fine. We'll go about our business. Alright. How are the cooling cells? Because I feel like this is going to fail spectacularly and give them... Yeah, they're getting low. They're getting low. I do need to write something to cancel. Alright, we gotta work quick. Okay. So, as I was saying... It pumps out from the side, so I think we can do this. Put that there, right? And then simply... Alright, it's fine. And then from here, I think we can pump in the nice thing really well. I don't want to get too close over there, because it is a 3x3 area, so I want to make sure that I'm still far from that. There's a little bit of light for the world. Okay, so let's go ahead and finish this up there. And this does give me the... It still lets me pump in... No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Because if I wanted to pump in something... Erg. Okay. No, let's do this. We need to move that back one block, and only one block. Come here, buddy. Okay. This can output from any direction, which is nice. I gotta think these things in advance. Damn it. Alright. Come on. This will be the last thing I do, and then I gotta go just to bed. Fuck, it's night. Alright. Pop that there. Oh, come on, you mousy. Alright. You can pump into the top without having an issue now, which is what I want. And that goes there. The wooden one goes here. Good. And I would like to be able to power both things with one redstone torch. That's generally the nice way to do it. So, do that. And final mount, do this. Alright. Oh. Right. There cannot be any water there, can there? Okay, that's okay. That's easy to fix. Just close it once, and when we put the torch in a second time, yeah, it should work. Actually, hold on. Let's do it this way. There you go. Alright. Oh, there's nothing in there. Okay. Oh, right, all the scrap came out. Oh. I like it. It's going quicker than it was before. See, that's good. That's nice. That's really nice. I like it. Okay. So, that setup is... Fuck away. Is that brain? Is it brain? Brain? Skull. Okay. I need something neutral to fucking click with. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's... Alright. This is set up, which is nice. So... Now the only thing left to set up for me would be the, and it's pumping them out, would be the wood. And should I do it now? Can you guys bear with me? Alright. It should be quick. I don't need a whole lot of wood, really, to be honest with you. So it's not going to be too crazy, and we'll make it pretty close by. Do we have one more wooden pipe? Don't. Okay. That's fine. That's okay. So I know... No, I don't... You know what? I don't have anything of what I really... No, I should have... I should have that. I have it here, though. So, wooden pipe? Kingdom for a wooden pipe. Yes. Okay. Okay, energy condenser. I do need wood. Alright. Energy condenser. So, step 1 will be the gold pipe. Gold. Wood. Good. Alright, energy condenser at the end of this. Good. Next would be this. Good. And then down here, this. And since we need to make sure that no water can actually get to that torch. How do you feel about that? No? Didn't work for you? Alright. That's fine. There is a weird gap happening now. That's okay. How about that? There you go. Oh, come on. That should totally work. Where's water? Where will water be coming from for this one? Make it even longer. Where is the water coming from this one? That's what I would like to know. There is no water here. Okay, we're good now. I guess it needed that little lip. Alright. Pumping. Beautiful. So now, we put in our wood. And we'll see how much... Yeah, it's going to need... It's going to be the main issue here is lighting. So... There. Alright. You think I could do it with just 4 of these surrounding it? I think that would probably put enough power into it to make it feasible. Let's check. How's that going? It's pumping out wood. I think it's barely keeping up, it seems. Once it really gets going, I think it'll probably do worse. Yeah, it is recycling, which is nice. It does definitely need to pump a little quicker. But once that pump gets going, it'll go really quickly, so... For now, why don't we work the crap out of this pump then? Make another little waterproof ledge here. And torch. Oh, come on, buddy. No, a little more. A little more room. Okay. I'm here to help you, buddy. Come on, help me help you. Again, I don't understand this sometimes. There's no water in here. Whatever. Alright. So now, I have 4 of these fools at the same time, which is good. Can you keep up with that? 7, 6, 7, 6, 7. It's pumping. It's definitely pumping out quicker now, so it's keeping up with it. Alright. I think then this is it. This is going to be our reactor setup. And boy. Okay. Final thing. Okay, and also, apparently, any cable applied to this thing will shut down the reactor. So, okay, let's go ahead and make a little lever. How much energy you got, by the way? Alright, let's make a lever. I need a lever. I'm really the last bit of cobblestone. Do I have a lever? Really? Not a single lever? Whatever. We'll make a lever. Holy crap, this has been a long episode. We're gonna shut down a bad boy here. The water. Oh, that's an issue. I really don't want to take up more water. I have to. That's gonna definitely put a damper on things. I have a nice way to shut this down. Well, 3x3 area, so here's what we're gonna do. There should be no water there. Okay. Again, this is not good because it's taking up space where water could be, and that's an issue. Maybe I'm gonna have to suck it up and mess with it a little bit. That's okay. Remove these because these just cause a problem. Last bit, folks. Bear with me. Oh god! No! No! Did I just remove a reactor chamber? Fuck, tell me I got the reactor chamber back. Damn it. Damn it. Nuts. Enough. Okay. That's not good. In 1 second, I'll make another one. Alright. Reactor chamber. 100%. Oh, fuck, what kind of damage did that do to the fucking... What did I lose? I lost some cooling cells. That's not cool. I lost 2 cooling cells. Alright, luckily it's only 1 row. Okay. Let's suck this up, and we have to do this. So, what would be the most cost-effective way to get a switch somewhere? Well, I think it would have to be... Okay, I got an idea. It has a plan. Alright. This is not working how I thought it was going to work out. It might actually, hold on. It might still work out if I do this quick. You guys see what I'm trying to do, right? No, that's not gonna work out. It is not gonna work out. I need to stop right now. Cooling cells are starting to get critical. Alright, you know what? I'm going to call it a day. I'm going to remove the uranium cell. Fuck. I'm going to remove the uranium cells. I'm going to put it into... No, I need to remove all of it so I don't actually have to deal with it again. Otherwise, if I don't remove all of it, bad things will happen. It should stop producing any power. It has. It should still stop holding power. I guess it has to have enough EUT to begin to do it though. Okay, how are you doing? At 7 around. I'll figure out a way to stop that later, but for now, that is all for this episode. Thank you for holding out with me this long. I believe that's gonna be my reactor set. That's gonna be how I'm gonna do that. So that is it for reactors. All that is left for me that I'm gonna end up doing is the quantum armor, and I think we can call it a series. And then after that, after the quantum armor is said and done, I will start again anew and actually play it without being all tutorial about it. Thank you for watching. I know this was a long one, probably very boring, but thank you for sticking out with me, and I'll see you guys next time. Adios.